The village of Umuaka lay nestled between rolling hills and red earth roads, where the scent of roasted yam and palm oil drifted through the air each evening. Life was simple, measured by the rhythm of the cock's crow at dawn and the drum beats at dusk. In this village lived Merelda, the pride of her parents. She was tall and graceful, with eyes that seemed to hold the wisdom of generations. Her laughter was like the tinkling of a bell, and her mind was sharper than the blade of a blacksmith's cutlass. When she finished secondary school, she did not just pass, she soared. Her name was written at the top of the honor roll, and the headmaster himself declared, "This girl will bring glory to Umuaka." Her father, Okoro, would sit under the mango tree and boast to his friends. "Do you know my daughter? She will be a doctor, or maybe a lawyer. She will lift us from this soil into the city lights." Her mother, Mama Ifioma, prayed every night. "Chokwu, keep my daughter's path straight. Let no shadow touch her." But the elders often say, the brightest flame attracts the strongest winds. Not far from Merelda's compound lived Obina, a boy whose life was a mirror opposite. His father was a drunkard, his mother weary from endless toil. Their hut was patched with rusted zinc, and hunger was a frequent visitor. Obina was known in the village as wayward. He gambled with older boys, skipped school, and often returned home with bruises. Yet, he had a charm that could not be denied. His smile was mischievous, his words smooth as palm wine. When Obina first saw Merelda returning from school, her books pressed to her chest, he whispered to his friends, "That one. I will make her mine." They laughed. "You, the village rascal. She is a star, and you are dust." But Obina was not deterred. He began to linger near her path, offering to carry her books. He fetched water for her family, chopped firewood, and waited outside her school just to walk her home. At first, Merelda resisted. "Obina, leave me alone. My parents will never agree." But Obina's persistence was like rain on stone, it wore her down. He spoke to her heart in ways no one else did. "Merelda, you are more than their jewel. You are my world. With you, I can be better." And slowly, against her better judgment, Merelda's heart opened. Her parents noticed the change. They saw the way her eyes lingered on Obina, the way her steps quickened when he was near. One evening, her father confronted her. "Merelda, is it true you walk with that boy? That son of a drunkard?" Her voice trembled. "Papa, he loves me." "Love?" Okoro spat. "Love does not feed a family. Love does not build a future. That boy will drag you into the mud." Her mother wept. "My daughter, listen to us. You are destined for greatness. Do not throw it away." But Merelda's heart was stubborn. She whispered to herself at night, "They do not see him as I do. They do not know his heart." The villagers gossiped. "A pearl should not be cast before swine," they said. But Merelda was deaf to their wisdom. One night, under the moonlight, Obina held her hands. "Merelda, let us leave this place. In Abuja, no one will judge us. We will build a life together." Her heart pounded. She thought of her parents, of the dreams they had for her. But she also thought of Obina's eyes, filled with longing. "Will you truly care for me?" she asked. "With my life," he swore. And so, with trembling hands, she packed her few belongings. She left a note by her mother's bedside, "Forgive me. I must follow my heart." That night, she walked into the darkness with Obina, leaving behind the only world she had ever known. Abuja was not the paradise Obina promised. At first, he was distant, restless. Then one morning, he led her to a large building on the outskirts of the city. "This is where we will walk," he said. Inside, men with hard eyes and cruel smiles surrounded her. Before she could speak, Obina took the money pressed into his hands and walked away. "Obina," she screamed. "Obina, don't leave me." but he did not turn back. That was the day Merelda's world shattered. She had been sold into the hands of a cartel that used young women as prostitutes. Her cries filled the night, but no one came. She called for her parents, but her voice could not cross the miles back to Umwaka. Her heart broke into pieces too sharp to mend. At first, Merelda resisted. She wept, she prayed, she begged. But the cartel was merciless. They told her she had no choice. Her first night was agony. She lay awake, her body trembling, her soul screaming. She thought of her mother's prayers, her father's pride, and she wept until her eyes were dry. But as days turned into weeks, something inside her shifted. She realized no one was coming to save her. She was alone. If I must live in this darkness, she thought, then I will master it. Merelda was no ordinary girl. She was brilliant, observant, cunning. While others drowned in despair, she studied the business. She learned the desires of the clients, the weaknesses of the managers, the flow of money. She began to charm the wealthy men, not with desperation, but with finesse. She listened, she calculated, she manipulated. Soon, she was not just another girl in the cartel, she was indispensable. Within months, she managed accounts, attracted powerful clients, and ran the very hotel where she had once been a prisoner. Her intelligence turned the cartel's operations into a thriving empire. The hotel grew into a chain, its name whispered in the city's underworld as a place of wealth and power. But with every step upward, Merelda's heart grew colder. The obedient daughter of Umwaka was gone. In her place stood a woman hardened by betrayal, a woman who trusted no one, a woman who had learned that love was a weapon used to destroy the innocent. Years passed. Merelda became a legend in Abuja's underworld. Men feared her, women envied her, and those who crossed her regretted it. She dressed in silk and diamonds, her beauty sharper than a blade, her smile colder than harmattan winds. Her parents, back in Umwaka, searched for her in vain. They prayed, they wept, but their daughter was lost to them. Merelda never looked back. She buried her past beneath layers of power and wealth. She told herself she would never again be the foolish girl who believed in love. Then came Chaik, the son of a billionaire. Chaik was handsome, arrogant, and rebellious. Tired of his parents' control, he sought to shame them by marrying a prostitute. He wanted to prove that their wealth and influence meant nothing to him. When he entered Merelda's empire, he expected to find a broken woman he could use for his rebellion. Instead, he found Merelda. She was unlike anyone he had ever met, beautiful, yes, but also commanding, intelligent, and dangerous. She was not a victim, she was a queen in her own right. Chaik was intrigued. He pursued her, not with the arrogance of a rich man, but with the fascination of someone who had finally met his match. Merelda, at first, dismissed him. "You think I am a toy for your rebellion? Go back to your father's mansion." But Chaik persisted. "I see you, Merelda. Not the queen of this empire, not the woman of stone. I see the girl who once believed in love." Her heart trembled. For the first time in years, she felt something stir within her. But she crushed it quickly. "Love is a lie," she said coldly. "It is a chain meant to enslave." Yet, when she lay awake at night, she thought of his words. Her body started trembling. She got angrier, and she screamed, "Who does he think he is? Will Merelda fall, or will she use him as a scapegoat? Hell has no fury like an angry woman."